All right, here I am trying this again. I did this whole video earlier today and it was fabulous and it didn't work at all. So we're trying it again. So here's the card I'm doing today. I call this a shutter window card. There might be another name for it. I don't know, but that's my name for it. So I'm going to walk you through it, but this is what it looks like when it's done. Yay, you see little shutters opening like a little, like shutter on a camera. Kind of what we're going for here with this little belly band. So I'm going to walk you through how to do this. So here's my little pile of supplies here. So I'm using the Hues of Happiness DSP here because I liked how it was dark to go with my black base, and I wanted to use a black base. So we're going to start with your card stuff. Got basic black card stuff here. We're going to score it. Sorry, I'm upside down for you, but a 2 and an 8. We want the base of our card to be 4 1/4. I'm going to score it 2 and an 8. Flip it around. Score it 2 and an 8 again. The other side. And I should have a gatefold here. Should meet just perfectly in the middle. They overlap a little bit. It's not the end of the world. It's fine. We're going to put a belly band around it anyway. Okay, so we have this right here. Then I've already cut our paper here. I'm giving all the dimensions on my blog, so you'll see it there. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere these guys on here. So this is the front of the card here. I'm just using my mono. So I cut these to a little bit less than 2 and an 8 so that they would have a little border. It's like 2 and, actually it's like 1 and 7/8 or something like that. I love this paper. It's so vibrant and pretty, and it's got a lot of these backgrounds that are really versatile. So it goes nicely with a lot of different things. Put these lined up on there, and that is the front of your card there. Voila. You can open it up. I thought these ones right here would be nice on the inside. Look at that other side, isn't that pretty? So pretty. Okay, so we're gonna, yeah. Let's go upside down. You could have done either way, but I wanted the little, I wanted these on the sides inside because this doesn't, with the shutter mechanism in the middle here, it doesn't give you a whole lot of room to write a note. Since I used black for my card, if you used white, you could just leave it white. You could have also just put white panels in here, but I like these, and since they're mostly white, you could still put your message on there. Okay, so that's that. That's your basic there. Then this is our mechanism, or our cover for our mechanism, and this is just 3 by 5 1/4. And I just want to use the yellow on here. Either side would work though. It's just gorgeous paper. It's just a little bit smaller than that. Again, measurements are on my blog that I will link below. Oops, slid a little bit. Mono's nice and forgiving. So there we've got that. So there's the pieces. Then I need a couple of squares here. So these are 3 1/2 squares, so 3 1/2 on each side. And you're going to make your little template. So this is 3 1/2 by 3 1/2. And what you do is you measure up. So line it up with your graph paper here. Take your ruler. Ruler. You're going to go from the corner to 1/2 inch from the other corner. See that? Oops, this ruler is kind of dirty. Lots of you. So 2 squares is going to be 1/2 inch or a centimeter, something close. Go from the corner to that point. Okay, trace it over, then do the same from the other corner. Okay, and then we're just going to cut that out. And I went in a 1/2 inch here and scored it. So this is just your template. Okay, and I show a picture on my blog. So then you're going to just put this over it, like so. Okay, and then you're just going to take your snips and cut out this little triangle, and this will be where our shutter meets in the middle. Just like that. Do the same on the other one. I think these are actually a little bit different size because I used a different template, but it's still going to be just fine. The easiest way is just 3 1/2 by 3 1/2. And the snips are awesome because they cut all the way to the end of the blade. That's why I love these things. There we go. So now we have our mechanism. Well, almost. We'll go ahead and do the scoring. So again, opposite the piece you cut out, move it over to 1/2 inch. Score. And do your other side, 1/2 inch. Score. My nails don't let me pick up anything. They're great, not very user friendly. Okay, so now you have your mechanism. So this is gonna come together in the middle. So go ahead and just fold these over. And then for this kind of thing, I like to use the tearaway tape because it's gonna be moving around, and so you need something that's really gonna hold it in place. Okay, so just lay it on there. Put it down, tear it off. Other side, put it down, tear it off. This stuff is awesome. I also adhered my street, what are they called? Strip lighting to the underside of my cupboard using that stuff. It's amazing. Okay, so now we want these to line up inside of our card here. So I'm gonna use a ruler. I'm gonna do it right side up for you. So again, this Stampin' Grid is super useful for this kind of stuff. So I've lined it up with a line on my grid paper here. And then I'm just gonna use the top of this green right here to line these up, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and peel these off real quick. Both of them so they're ready to go. Give it a little burnishing and they peel right up. Okay, let's make sure this is lined up again. Okay, then you're gonna take this way because you want it to open this way, okay? You're gonna line it up, just line it up with the edge of this white here or just a little bit past the crease. Okay, so line it up with your ruler and going down right there. Then do the same for the other side. Oops, almost did it backwards. Right here. You just don't want it down in that crease. You want it just a little bit off of it. Okay, in a perfect world, this is gonna line up great. Look at that, pretty good, pretty good. It's gonna be underneath something, so it's fine. Okay, so now I'm gonna take a piece of cardstock. I'm gonna cut this down where it's only about 3 inches wide to put underneath there. Should have done this before. Maybe 2 3/4. It doesn't have to be very wide. And it should be about, yeah, a little bit less than 4. This one isn't gonna be seen. So you're just gonna put it under here. It just has to be smaller than these tabs and not be seen under here. Okay, so you could line it up and stamp it and then attach it. I'm just gonna attach it first so it holds it in place. Okay, so line it up on here just so it's inside there. Like I said, you're not gonna see this part. It's gonna be underneath your mechanism. Like so. Okay, so we will put these like this and it will close just like that. Okay, so my next tip is you're going to decide what words will fit in there. And I used a lot of different options here. So this is the set that I'm using for the outside by my side. It's so cute. I love this set. I'm going to use that on the outside. On the inside, I'm using the thank you from the Charming Sentiments. It's a new set that has dies that you can cut out all the words. It's pretty cool. So typically I would use my Stamparatus, but I'm just going to ink it up. Stamp it right side for you. So just kind of, you could do it crooked on purpose or try and line it up. I like how bold and pretty this is. Look at that. I still get excited when things work, stamping. Okay, so we have that. So then my next tip here is you're gonna take this piece that we made. This is gonna cover this up. I think I want the green at the bottom like this piece of grass. So I'm gonna slip it under here and line it up so it's kind of in the center of the card. So look here and here and see if this is kind of in the middle there. Okay, and then I'm going to just take a marker or whatever you've got lying around here's a pen. Just kind of put a dot in the center of it. Just eyeball it. Okay. Then you could use a circle die for this. I happen to have a 2-inch punch, the stamp that we used to carry. We don't anymore, sadly. But you could use any punch or a die. I'm just going to try and center that in the middle. Pop it out. And now, if everything is happy, it lines up just right. Just right in there. Okay, so for this, to adhere this, I'm going to use our black dimensionals. And what you want to remember is you want to keep them close to the edge because you have that mechanism that's going to be moving around. So you want the mechanism to be able to move past these without getting caught up on them. So I'm going to put them right along the edge, about 4, because I want it to really hold together. All this black, I can't tell if I'm going off the edge. Okay, and I'm going to do 2 layers actually. So I'm going to put them on there, and then I'm going to do another dimensional right on top of it. And that is because that mechanism that's sliding underneath there needs a little bit of room. So we'll just build this up a little bit. So you're wondering what that shadow is on the edge. My little tripod that holds my phone kept falling, so I actually have my my light above it, so it's kind of, I don't know, I jerry-rigged it. I'll get better, I'm sure, because I keep trying. And you know, that's how you get better, you just keep trying. So, there we go. So now we've got 2 layers. You could do it with 1, but the ones that I did with 1, they just kind of, it looked a little bit smashed. It just wasn't as nice as the double dimensionals. And it's kind of fun working with these black ones because I don't work with these a whole lot, and so they just look so slick. Okay, so we have those on there, and you're just gonna flip it over. I kind of like to put one on top and one underneath because it just looks kind of cool that way. You see what I mean? Over, over. All right, so make sure this is still the way we want it. Center it kind of in your card there, and then just stick it down, and then there you go. Isn't that so much fun? Let's see it. So cool. All right, but we're gonna finish it. So there we go. So I've got my little belly band here to wrap around it. So if you are new to the world of belly bands, it's just a fancy way of saying I'm going to wrap a piece of paper around my card to hold it shut. So again, my tip is to line this up. Well, first line up this. I use the y-axis, the cross axis. Okay, and then line this up with up and down axis here. And then when you fold it, just fold it around. It should line up just perfect. Look at that. Yay. Give it a little bit of room. We don't want it to be too tight because we want it to be able to slide. All right, we want it to be able to slide. You can trim off that extra piece if you so desire. It's not totally necessary because we're going to layer over this. You can. And you could use tearaway on this, but I use the mono because I want to be able to shift it around and make sure I've got room. Give a little bend out, make sure that it's gonna hold, but I wanna be able to slip my card in and out of this. Okay, so I'm gonna set that aside for a minute. And this is the guy that I'm putting aside, or putting across. So for this one, for my word, I'm using this super cute Sunny Splash set. I love this, it's so much fun. And I have got Hello Sunshine here because that's just a fun greeting. Hello, sunshine. So I'm just gonna use my block. Ink it up here. Stamp it down. Now with the rubber mounted, you know, I've done stamping it for, 26 years. And I used to just think should never go to clear because I was, this is the real thing. But daggum, if it isn't easy to catch your corners on here, so make sure you check. And don't rock it. You want to go straight down and straight up so then you don't get those silly little corners sometimes. Okay, so there's my Hello Sunshine. Let me just have a scrap here because the other set I'm going to use is this By My Side that is my new favorite little whimsical set. So fun. Has some cute little sayings on here. I'm going to use this little one here. So cute. I wish I had curly hair sometimes. And this is just a scrap, so it doesn't really matter. Oops, what am I doing? What am I doing? I definitely don't want to do that. I definitely want to stamp this on there. Okay, now I've got myself buried on my desk. Not good. You should be glad you cannot see what else is happening on my desk right now. Okay, we're just going to peel this off. We're going to use this guy. I wanted to use my Stamparatus, but I guess we're going to do it this way. See how good my stamping skills are. Old school stamping. No corners, yay. Okay, we're just going to stamp it on here. Doesn't matter where, because we're going to cut her out. Straight down, straight up, yay. Okay. I've got my Stampin' Blends here. So this one, this is the bronze. I like this for hair color. I almost always just use the brush tip. Makes me feel like an artist, like I'm painting. Isn't it funny how people who have straight hair want curly hair? People who have curly hair want straight hair. We all just want something we can't have. I'm going to add just a little bit of dimension in here. And blend it all in. And then this will also be her skin color. I love these blends because they don't leave streaks, and you can go back and you can add stuff. Like if I wanted to have a little rosy cheek here, maybe give her some shading along her hairline, like so. Cute. I'm sure she's barefoot because this is, you know, my alter ego, and I would always be barefoot if I could. It might be dangerous at school though, honestly. All right, then we have Highland Heather, my favorite purple. I'm just gonna color her little dress. Purple is my favorite color. My friend Michelle told me that purple was my favorite color a long time ago, and I believed her, and it still is my favorite color. Thought I had the dark one here. Like I said, it's crazy over here. Anyway, I guess I don't have the dark. Oh, here it is. Yay. Let's put a little bit of shading in here to show the blending. And then we'll put a little bit on our butterfly. And we can blend that. Make me feel like an artist again. And we'll just blend out on these wings here. Don't you love watching people color? It's like the best thing, huh? That could be sarcasm, unless it's true for you, in which case it's totally true. And then when you fussy cut, just move the paper, not your scissors. Hold your scissors still and just let your other hand that's holding the paper do all of the work. It's an old art school tip that my roommate in college taught me. And it's true, it makes it much easier if you just move the paper and leave the scissors still. And I'm sure that you could do a much better job of this because I don't do a whole lot of fussy cutting. Now that we have so many die cuts, it's like we were super spoiled. There's punches and die cuts, we don't ever have to do this. And you could make your belly band thicker and then not have to fussy cut. You could just stamp it right on that belly band. But I kind of wanted her to stand out a little bit, and I also want to do something else that I will show you in just a second, which makes it look really cool, I think. Okay, so fussy cutting, I'm gonna give myself an A-. Not too bad. Not too bad. Okay, so we have our little girl, we have our little sunshine saying, we stick her on there, but we're going to add just a little bit of color behind her. This is Daffodil Delight. Got my blending brush here. If you haven't used these before, you're gonna fall in love with them. You should get one or three, because they come in packs of 3. Get a little start, and then just start in the middle and work your way out. It just gets, the more you do, the darker it gets. You can add a little bit. Kind of judge where she's gonna be. I want a little darker. Since it says hello sunshine, I want her to be kind of radiating sunshine. Cute. Okay, so then I'm gonna put some more dimensionals behind her. I'll use the white ones here because, you know, she's not on black paper, and she isn't black paper, so we'll use white ones to kind of blend in with the paper that she's on. I'm not going to put them all the way up here because I want her to hang off the paper a little bit. So, and since that's a belly band, it's a moving part, so we don't want it to catch on things. So there's our little girl on there. Is she cute? And none of my cards are ever complete without a little bit of Wink of Stella. So, you know me at all, butterflies must shimmer. There we go. Maybe we'll just give her just a little bit like she's wearing a princess dress. A little something in her hair. Because, you know, because. And we also need to have a little bit of these. These are the Glassy Dots assortment. These are so pretty in person. Hopefully they're pretty on the video, but they're so pretty. And we're just going to stick some of these on here. My pick tool. Pick tool. You can tell I like the yellow ones. Anywhere you have like a little stray line that you didn't mean to put there, it's a great place to put a little jewel. That's what I do. Instead of showing my mistakes, I make it look like, oh, I meant it to be there. So there we go. Some little shimmer there. You see how pretty those are? Just shimmer, shimmer. Okay, so now we've got all of our parts. We can put this together. And I'm just going to glue this. You could put this on more dimensionals, but I kind of want this to hold my belly band together, so I'm going to glue it straight on. This is 4 1/4 by 2. Ooh, I let it dry real big. That'll be great. There we go. So there is our card. Isn't that fun? Kind of in love with this idea. So it slides back and forth. You put your name on the back. She made it. Open it up. You've got your, whoops. Open it up. Got your thank you. You can write your notes over here. You could add some shimmers. If you want to add anything in the middle, just make sure that it's not in the way of the things that are moving. So there is our little Hello Sunshine card. I have a couple other examples for you. Here's the same card, just with some retired paper. I don't remember what this paper is called, but colored a little bit differently. I also have one that I use just our black and white. I think it's called Perfect Penciling, and the Brilliant Butterflies. And I just sponged these. This is a really quick version. I just sponged them and add some glitter. Again, we have our, this one is a little bit of a mess up on here, but you could have colored this all in, shaded it. But this one is a single layer of dimensionals, and you see how it's just kind of pulling at it. It doesn't lay, it's pulling it up. So that's why 2 is better for this one. You need that room. That one. Another one that I did using the Calypso Coral. This polka dot right here is the new polka dot die. So this is actually the coral paper shining through the holes that I cut with that die. Isn't that fun? You'll be seeing that a lot. And here is this one. So it has a little more on the inside. But see how the butterflies are almost all the way on this center panel so that it doesn't get caught right in the moving parts. And this one I didn't add anything right here. It's just plain. Still cute. There we go. So that is that. Hopefully you liked these. Hopefully you're inspired and you will make some of your own. I did a lot of these. Okay, here's one more. Somebody's getting some cute cards now. Anyway, I will have all of the dimensions on my blog, which is linked below. So hopefully you'll make one and comment leaving me a picture of the one that you made. I would love to see what you guys come up with. All right, thanks so much. Happy stamping.